The State of Crypto is presented by Tron, connecting the world to the power of cryptocurrency.
Silvergate Bank stock is plunging after the crypto-friendly bank said it is delaying the filing of its annual report. Joining us now with more is CoinDesk Gold Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who's also the editor of CoinDesk's The State of Crypto newsletter. So, Nick, good morning. Some of Silvergate's reasons for delaying its annual report have investors on edge. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, so yesterday Silvergate said that it would not be able to file its annual 10K report on time. And what's more, it actually wouldn't be able to file by an extension deadline of March 16th either. The bank, crypto-friendly bank, said that first off, it has to work with its auditors to answer some questions, look at its books again. So that's one of the issues it has. It's also apparently has to repay the FHLB, some of the outstanding loans that it took out to basically cover for the crypto sector last year. The forward-looking statement section was, I think, one of the most interesting, though. Among the other things that it said it has to face inquiries from Congress, questions from bank regulators, and possible inquiries from the U.S. Department of Justice, suggesting there is a major probe of the bank and its operations ongoing. It concluded in the forward-looking statement section by saying that its ability to be a going concern for the next 12 months may be in doubt, suggesting it might in fact have to shut down over the next year. Of course, these are forward-looking statements. Those are kind of meant to be warnings as to, here are some of the concerns that might arise in our business over the next year. So I wouldn't say it's definitive yet, but the fact that it's putting all these details into a filing saying, oh yeah, by the way, we can't tell you what we did last year yet because we have to, redo all of our numbers, all that, not really a good sign. And as you mentioned, pre-market Silvergate stock is down, I think about 44% as of a few minutes ago.
Wow. So two big things there. Silvergate is hinting at regulatory scrutiny in its forward-looking statements and noting that it is less than well capitalized. And there are questions around its ability to stay in business there. There's also a bit about Binance and its role with Binance.us. How does that fit into the picture?
So to be clear, the filing yesterday didn't mention Binance or any concerns about the exchange, but it is worth noting that yesterday's filing comes just days or barely a week after Reuters reported that Binance Global, the international international crypto exchange, had been able to access Binance US's Silvergate bank account and transfer funds. Now, obviously this is not good for a number of reasons. If you're a bank, one of the big things being, if you've done due diligence with a certain company, you expect that company to be the one to access, funds. You don't expect it to be the international affiliate. So, this is a similar thing to what happened with FTX. We saw that FTX had access to U.S. bank accounts, and obviously things went poorly. So I imagine this is going to be one of the areas that regulators are really curious about, that, this may be, if I had to speculate, this may be, fairly top of mind for some of those, bank regulated inquiries and possibly even the DOJ inquiries.
Now, I think we should probably step back a little bit here and explain the importance of Silvergate to the crypto world, especially in the United States. Just how important is it when it comes to crypto companies that operate in the U.S.?
Well, traditionally, U.S. banks have not been wild about crypto companies. Most of them don't provide services to crypto companies, and that's been an ongoing issue for the crypto industry. Silvergate and Signature Bank are two of the two most prominent names in the U.S. for banks that provide services to crypto companies, and it's obviously not a big list. So if Silvergate is having troubles, and especially if it's having issues related to its crypto business or because of the crypto business, which seems fairly more than likely at this point, then that's first off not good for the companies that it services. It suggests that it may have liquidity issues. If you're using a Silvergate bank, it's probably going to be something you have to look elsewhere now. I think Coinbase just announced that, for example, it would be looking toward Signature Bank instead of Silvergate moving forward. LedgerX, I believe, is in a similar boat. So first off, not good for, if you're looking for a choice of banks. Signature may be like the only, bank left standing. But also from like a broader industry perspective, if you're a bank and you're thinking, this crypto industry is having a rough couple of years, but maybe it's looking up, maybe it's time to start providing services to it, to a company in this industry. You're not going to look at Silvergate and say, oh yeah, that's a good sign. That's going to be a pretty big red flag if in future you decide, okay, crypto stabilized, all the companies that start filing for bankruptcy. Here's this company asking for banking services. If you're a bank, you might not want to go that far. You might not want to, provide any services for cryptos, knowing that the last major bank that provides services for cryptos, had all these issues and regulatory scrutiny and congressional scrutiny and DOJ scrutiny.
Nick, there's been sort of like murmurs, or not even murmurs, more like shouts in the crypto industry about like the government is trying to debank crypto, and what do you think about some of those sort of alarm bells that people are ringing?
On the one hand, I try not to pay too much attention to rumors of government conspiracies. On the other hand, it's hard to argue that banking regulators in particular have been, ramping up their concern about crypto. But I guess the question is, what's causing that, right? Is it just, personal preference from, the heads of these regulatory agencies and the president and others in the government that crypto be debanked, or is it a response to, last year when more than half a dozen major crypto companies filed for bankruptcy? A lot of them turned out to have, had issues with their banking. I would say it's probably like a lot more nuanced than just being able to say, oh yeah, this is a conspiracy to, kill crypto or to shut crypto out from banking. But there's definitely been a rough couple of months for the crypto industry, and, regulators saying, oh yeah, we're concerned about, exposure to all these companies that are doing, whatever, and now filing for bankruptcy. I can see where they come from. It's if not the most logical response, it is a fairly logical response.
Well, so far, Silvergate has been downgraded by JP Morgan, Canaccord, amid doubts of the bank's solvency. So we'll continue to monitor that story. Nick, thank you so much for the update. That was CoinDesk Managing Editor of Global Policy and Regulation, Nick Day. Don't forget to sign up for the State of Crypto newsletter on CoinDesk.com.